Hello coaches, welcome back to Flag Football Nation. Today we're going to be going over episode 8 of our air raid offensive scheme, and today we're going to be going over Y cross. But first, I want to say thank you to everybody who has watched our videos and has given us the support, and I've also gotten a couple questions regarding 6-on-6 air raid and 7-on-7 air raid. So I just wanted to clarify, we will be doing that. This will probably be going up after our 5-on-5 is done, and then we can go through 6-on-6 and 7-on-7, since those schemes are a little bit larger and we can have more formations and more plays in those schemes. So if you're wondering about 6-on-6, it is coming. So don't worry, once 5-on-5 is done, we'll go ahead and get 6-on-6 going. So we'll go ahead and get into Y cross right now. All right, so we have ace, Y cross, standard, ace formation. And so the first read is going to be the X on a mandatory outside release. The second read is going to be a center on the flat route. And then, like the play says, the Y is going to be on a crosser. And then the Z is going to be on a 10-yard dig. Okay, so the read is going to be 1, 2, 3, so you have that triangle right there, and then the Z is going to be 4. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to flood the left side of the field and then have that Z as the 4th read coming across if the middle opens up. So what I teach my Y is that if there is a linebacker here or whatever, we'll just go ahead and go over him. You can also teach him to run basically through that land marker if that's what you like as well. That helps, especially if the linebacker decides he wants to blitz. So that will be the land marker for the Y. So the X wants an outside release, 1 step outside, and then we're going to go straight down the field. I always try to say you want to beat the safety. You want to outrun the safety. That's what we want to do. And then the center, we want a good snap first and foremost, and then we want to go straight towards the line of scrimmage and don't stop until you reach the sideline. And then the Z is going to run a 10-yard or 7-step dig and then plant on that 7th step and then cut in. And then we're going to look for the ball around here. So that's Y cross. We'll go ahead and get into it against a 2-1-2 defense, and then I'm going to show you against a 3-2 defense. How about that? All right. So standard 2-1-2 defense. For those who don't know, the 2-1-2 defense will usually be a cover 2 variant or it'll be a cover 2 blitz. So we'll go through both of those, and then we'll go against the 2-3. So the corner usually has the left flat, the safety has the left deep half, the right safety has the right deep half, and the right corner has the right flat. And so the linebacker is usually the wild card. Depending on what he does, we have answers for those. All right, so we do have the X on the outside release. We have the center on the flat. We have the Y on the cross. And then we have the Z on the dig. Okay, so if the linebacker is going to stay in zone, then he's going to be in a bind as well, okay? Because he can follow the cross if he wants, but then that's going to leave the X coming across, the Z coming across late in that middle open field. Since this safety has to respect this mandatory outside release, then this corner is now also put in a bind if this linebacker doesn't follow. Because he's going to see the center coming across and he's going to come up here, and then the Y cross is going to be open in this spot as well. And so we're going to put this defender in a bind. We're going to put this defender in a bind. And this safety is what we want the Z to do is we want this Z to sell like we're going straight, and then we're going to plant with that left foot and cut in. So this safety is going to follow like this, and then he's not going to be able to react quick enough in order to be able to cover this route correctly. So that's it against a 2-1-2 with a linebacker go in zone, and then what we'll do is we'll do the linebacker on a blitz, which is even better for us. So if the linebacker's coming, that leaves this wide open. So now what I'll tell my quarterback is if we're lining up in a 2-1-2 and that blitzer's coming in the middle and nobody's in the middle of the field, I'm going to say, forget this side. What I want you to do is I just want you to throw it to the Y right here. Because that linebacker is going to take 2 steps here. We're going to chuck it up to the Y, and then the Y is going to take it up and part the seas like Moses. Okay? He's also going to be your hot here, or you can make the center the hot as well. It's up to you. I personally like the Y, especially against a blitz in the middle of the field. I like the Y being the hot. So that's against a 2-1-2 defense. We're going to go against a 3-2 defense is something that I've also seen as well. So just give me a second and we'll go ahead and get that going. Okay, so for those that don't know a 3-2 defense, we have 2 corners out here, 2 safeties, and then that linebacker is now a defensive lineman over the center. And so I really like stick against this just based off of pure alignment. I also really like Y corner against it as well. But for Y cross, one of the things that I like about it is the fact that now this defensive lineman is going to have to run with our best player if he wants to get that back coverage. So it depends on what kind of athlete is right here. Usually the players that are in the middle or are up close on the defensive line in flag are going to be pretty good athletes. But one thing about the air raid and the general spread offense is the fact that we like taking one-on-one matchups. We think our guy is better than your guy if we're going to make that decision. So still, you're going to have to backpedal and run with this cross, and now he's going to come across as well, and now he's going to get turned around and is more likely to follow it, while the Z still comes across, and now that's open as well. And we still have the same thing with the corner and the safety, is the fact that the safety has to have this mandatory outside release, and this corner has to take the flat, which still leaves the Y cross open. So pretty much based off of coverage, if you're going to look at reading grass, it's going to be this spot here vacated by the safety taking the mandatory outside release, and then this space here if the middle zone defender goes with the cross. Okay, so that is Y cross. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you do enjoy this type of stuff, feel free to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. We have opened up a Patreon if you want to support the channel. So about the Patreon, there are different tier memberships for all of those. The basic 5 first down tier, you get access to my playbooks, you get access to videos on tags, and then you'll get 2 exclusive videos as well that are not going to be released on YouTube. So if you want to support the channel, feel free to check that out. I'll leave a link in the description below. But thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Coach Adam, and this is Flag Football Nation. Redefine the game.